In this video, we're looking at how to construct a two-way table from written information that's given to us. We're then going to use that two-way table to help us answer some questions. Now, I've actually hidden the questions from this example so we can just focus on the information we get given. We're told that a school has two football teams, a first 11 and a second 11. There are 11 players in each team. All of the players are from years 9, 10 and 11. Now, the first 11 team has 8 year 11 students. Across the two teams, there are 9 year 10 students, and there are only 2 year 9 students, one in each team. So this all looks really complicated, but what we can do is construct a two-way table that is going to help us loads with the questions that are going to come. What I'm going to do is list my year groups going across. So I'll have year 9, year 10 and year 11, and I'll have a total column, and then going down for my rows I will have the first 11 team and the second 11 team, and then have a total. And what I'm going to do is start filling in information in this table based on what we've been given up here. So let's start with the first sentence. A school has a first 11 and a second 11 football team with 11 players in each team. So we know that we need 11 players in the first team in total. So 11 goes in there and 11 goes in there as well. The total number of players in the first team and the second team is 11. Now, we don't yet know how many of the 11 are from each year group for both teams, but we know the totals have to be 11. So the yellow information has allowed us to fill in these two bits of the table. And from that, we can also work out that the total number of students is 22. Let's go to the next sentence. All of the players are from years 9, 10 and 11. Well, we've already taken that into account in how we've drawn the two-way table. The next sentence tells us that the first 11 team consists of 8 year 11 students. So that is helpful because we know we're dealing with the first 11 team and there are 8 year 11 students. So we need to put 8 in here. Next, we are told that across the two teams, so the first team and the second team, there are 9 year 10 students. So that means when we look at our year 10 students, we need to have a total of 9 students. We don't know how many of those 9 year 10s are in the first team and the second team just yet, but we know that there are 9 year 10 students altogether. So that is from the sentence I've just highlighted in red. Finally, the last sentence tells us there are only 2 year 9 students, one in each team. So if we look at the year 9 column, we know we need 1 student in the first team and 1 student in the second team, and that is a total of 2 students, which it tells us there, but we could work that out anyway by adding the 1 student and the 1 student there. We now have enough information to fill in the rest of the table. Pause the video and have a go at this for yourself. Here is what you should have found. If we need a total of 11 players in the first team and we've got 1 year 9 and 8 year 11s, that's 9 students altogether, which means we need 2 more students, and that's what we put into that bit there. There must be 2 year 10 students. Now, we also know that there are 9 year 10 students altogether in the first and the second team. If we've got 2 in the first team, that means we must have 7 in the second team. Looking at the second team, we know we need 11 players altogether. We've got 1 year 9 student and 7 year 10 students, so that's 8 students altogether. We need 11, which means we need 3 more students in there. Finally, what's the total number of year 11 students? Well, 8 plus 3 is 11, so 11 goes in there. Finally, we should just check, do the totals going this way match the totals going this way? Well, we know 11 plus 11 is 22. 2 plus 9 plus 11 is also 22, so that's a really good sign. Here are the 4 questions for this example then. Now that we've already got the two-way table, answering these questions should be really straightforward. Pause the video and have a go for yourself. Here are the answers. How many Year 10 students are in the first 11 team? So looking at the first 11 team across to Year 10, we see that there are 2 Year 10 students in that first team. Next, how many Year 11 students are in the second 11 team? So looking at the second 11 team down the Year 11 column, we find that there are 3 of those students. For question C, it tells us one of the 22 players is picked at random. What is the probability that this student is in Year 11? Well, we know there are 22 players in total, and out of those 22, there are 11 Year 11 players in total. So the probability that one of those students is in Year 11 is 11 over 22. Now we can simplify that fraction. 11 over 22 simplifies to a half. Finally, we've got part D. A Year 10 player is picked at random. So we're picking one of these 9 Year 10 players. What is the probability that this player is in the first team? So of the 9 Year 10 players, only 2 are in the first team. So the probability that we pick one of those is 2 over 9, or 2/9.